Hello everybody and welcome back to our Journey Times 5. My name's Alexis.
My name's Brandon.
And today we're going to do the 10 questions for homesteaders tag. First question is, do you homestead full-time?
No. We both have full-time jobs.
What is your full-time job?
I am a full-time police officer.
And I am a registered nurse. We are fairly new to homesteading. We've kind of dabbled in it a little bit throughout the last couple years, but we finally just committed this year. So no, we still both work full-time.
First livestock animal.
I would say chickens.
Yeah,
We had chickens off and on a couple times when we were first married, but our first actual animal on this homestead that I would consider our first livestock animal would be cows. We have 2 cows.
Yep.
Do you agree with that?
Yep. We have 2 cows we purchased to raise up for beef. Me and my dad went in halves on it. So right now that would be, I consider that cows be our first livestock animal.
Number 3, favorite way to eat eggs for breakfast?
Anyway, I eat eggs all the time.
So,
Scrambled, soft, I don't care.
soft eggs.
Over easy.
I have gotten a lot better. I used to hate eggs. Even our eggs, wasn't a fan, but now I prefer them. I still only like them really fried eggs in the morning, but I'll eat those now. We do a lot of baking with our eggs.
How big is your current homestead? How much bigger would you like? So right now we own 3 acres. Pretty open 3 acres and not a lot of trees, not a lot of area. The original property had 6 acres.
6.5.
6.5 acres, and I would like to try to purchase that other 3 acres back from the farmer behind us, or even buy the whole field that's around our house.
But I think even at the 6, we would be
Yeah.
happy for what we want to do.
Yep.
I think for now the 3 is substantial as we're learning. Number 5 is homesteading skill you want to learn.
Just management time, management of our land, management of how we grow our food.
Or even time management.
We have a lot of open area. We have raised beds right now that we're with the house. Just figuring out where we want to put things, the time of putting things on. I think time management is the biggest thing.
Mine would be gardening. My husband tells me I can't even keep a fake plant alive, but my dad can, so I'm going to learn. I am going to start this year with the raised beds and then hopefully have a pretty decent garden, but I just want to work on learning to garden, like what needs germinated when to pull what out of the garden, and then even like preserving it. So learning how to can and the different acidities and things like that. Number 6 is favorite meal on the homestead.
Steak. Hands down steak. I like steak. Grilling in the summer would probably be my favorite, my favorite homestead meal.
I would agree. And potatoes. We eat a lot of potatoes. What does your dream homestead look like for number 7?
I'd like to have more animals. I'm an animal person. I don't really care about the garden as much.
He doesn't like vegetables.
So I'd like to see our pasture area grow. I'd like to see us have more animals, maybe even to show or to see where it takes us. But I'd like to see more animals on the farm.
Number 8, what is your least favorite thing to do on the homestead?
Mow. I hate mowing, and we have a lot of land, so it's going to be awful this summer. But
mine would probably be chores when it's cold. I hate being outside in the cold. And number 9, one piece of advice for your past self. Mine would be patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. And that's even my advice for myself now. And Brandon's when he texted me and was like, hey, I got a good deal on cows. They'll be there tomorrow.
I mean, that happens, so I don't understand why we need to be patient on that. But piece of advice for my past self would look small in education. Education's huge. I wish I would have learned more when I was younger. I wish I would have been in more things when I was younger. I was involved in stuff, but I wasn't. I wish
Stuff
I would have
that
been.
would take you
Right.
longer in life.
Right. I
'Cause
wish
you
I
knew
would
you
have.
weren't gonna like play pro sports.
Right. I wish I would have focused on stuff that and learned more when I was younger about animals and about gardening, and it makes a big difference now when you, especially when you look at where stuff come from and how to grow things. So
Sorry if you hear our basset hound snoring. He's in the chair next to us.
it's his sleep time. He doesn't like to be interrupted.
And the last one, number 10. One animal you won't raise and why? Or you don't see us raising. Not that we wouldn't.
I can't think of anything right now. I mean, your oddball animals, alpacas, stuff like that, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what you get off of them. I see a lot of homesteaders that have them. But I don't see where the benefit is in them yet, I guess.
Mine would probably be horses. I don't think we'll ever end up with horses just because the expense, and we don't have enough room, I feel, for horses and cows and everything else. So I kind of feel like food is going to triumph over that.
I 100% disagree.
You think we'll have horses?
I definitely think we'll have horses.
You think we have enough room for horses?
I think we'll have mini horses.
Mini horses.
You can't beat a mini horse. They're precious.
And I guess we can do a bonus question. What is one thing you want to accomplish in the next year on the homestead?
There's several things I want to accomplish. The biggest thing is getting the fencing in, have more pasture land for us. We have a small area around our barn, but I would like to get the fencing. We're going to add 2 more paddocks out there, at least minimum, before next winter. And we also need to add more shelter, more places for livestock, more places to store them. This past winter.
So a little backstory. So we bought our house in December and it's now March. So we've literally not been here very long. And the previous owners did not have livestock. We have a barn and we have a small fenced in area from it. But they just used it for their dogs. So
They had huge dogs. So we turned what was the dog kennel into our chicken coop. And we borrowed a round pen when it got really cold this winter to store our cows. So we brought our cows into the barn using the round pens and stored them inside the barn because it was getting down in negative degree temperatures and we wanted them inside. But we definitely need to get some structure, more structures outside for them to go in, for them to be. And I would like to have stalls built in the barn by next winter.
mine is just cleaning up outside, like getting life brought back to, like pulling the weeds and
getting the areas cleaned up.
Yeah.
The mulch is kind of
just doing things
disarray.
like that.
It's kind of all over the place. So just making sure that that stuff is back to normal. And we're in the process of extending our parking area in front of the barn. A couple things that we realized we had problems with was when we had hay brought in, there's no room to turn hay wagon around. And we have a really long lane. It goes from the front of our property clear to the very back of our acreage. So it's really hard to back up a hay wagon. It was really hard to turn anything around. So we're in the process of making a bigger area for trucks, tractors, trailers to turn around, where it's easier to get stuff in and out of the barn, where it's easier to unload and load livestock, stuff like that.
And then last question, where do you live?
We live in Northeast Indiana. I'm not going to get any more detail than that, but Northeast Indiana,
So we
almost
have
in Ohio.
cold winters,
Very cold winters.
snow. We had lots of snow this year. That was another thing we were not prepared for, was snow.
Huge learning curve. We were prepared for it. We've lived here our whole life.
But not with a long driveway.
Not with a long driveway, with openness
on
all
a gravel
around
road.
us. In the middle of nowhere. I mean, we're 6.5 miles from town. On a road that's not paved. It's not a major road. So it took forever. With our professions, it was quite the nightmare when we got a foot of snow and the drifting and stuff like that. So we didn't hesitate. We got a tractor out here so that we have it, so that we can move the snow. We can do the stuff that we need to do.
I think that's it. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, we also have an Instagram page and a blog. I will link those down below. If you guys would subscribe and then leave us a comment, that's greatly appreciated. And we'll see you guys next time.
Also, while we're thinking about it, send us questions, send us feedback. We are very new at this, and the more we reach out to other people and the more we can grow our channel, the more I feel we're going to be productive and be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So appreciate you guys' help.
See you later.